Okay, so now I'm finally here to talk about new Ninja Gaiden information. First off, I need to tell you about the pre-orders for the new Ninja Gaiden 3 figures. It's the Ninja Gaiden 3 version of Hayabusa and Kasumi, which I think are pretty cool. The Hayabusa one looks extremely good. I really like how accurate it is to the source, you know, even with the Yamaguchi style that they're using. I think like the suit looks extremely good, especially compared to the old one, but I still have some gripes with it. Like, it has the ugly shoulders, which we can't do anything about because, you know, that's just how they make those shoulders. What bugs me is that they gave him the, you know, the arm, the red arm with the grip of murder, but you get an option for a different arm, but it doesn't have as many hands. So if you want like a Ninja Gaiden 3 / like get DOA 5 version of Hayabusa, and he has like that suit, well, you don't got that many hands. You have 2 hands for the normal one. Actually, real quick, let's go over the accessories. So the cool thing about the new Hayabusa is that it comes with the Eclipse Scythe, which it should have had in the first place, but okay, fine, whatever. Has the Eclipse Scythe. And the Lunar Staff, which also should have been there in the first place. I think these are like the level 2 versions of the weapons, because the Lunar Staff doesn't have like the cool spikes and stuff on it. And then of course you get the Dragon Sword, you get the normal arm for Ninja Gaiden 3 Hayabusa, and then you get like 14 hands. You get 14 hands, you get 2 ninjutsu, you get multiple ninjutsu hands, one for the red arm, 2 different ones for the normal arm, and then like grippy hands, hands to hold the swords and different weapons, and hands to hold the shurikens, and then fist hands obviously. So I think that's a pretty good variety. And of course you get the shurikens, the normal arm, dragon sword, and everything I said. So here's the thing that bugs me, besides the fact that the wrong weapon is included with this. The Hayate's sword from Ninja Gaiden 3 was the primary weapon that Hayabusa used in that game. And it really bugs me that that's the pre-order bonus. Like, why the hell is Hayate's sword a pre-order bonus? When that's the sword he used throughout the entire fucking game? Like, the entirety of Ninja Gaiden 3? Like, I don't understand that. Sorry if you can hear the clicking, but like, I don't get that. Why? Like, he used it throughout the entirety of that game, and now you're just like, oh well, let's just make it a pre-order item for the action figure. I'm like, just include it. It doesn't cost you anything extra to fucking include the Hayate sword. Was it Jinran Maru? I think that's what it was called. Like, dude, like, it's just a blue sword. Like, just give me the damn sword. And I realized I forgot to download a picture of it. Oh no. But yeah, like, dude, like, just give me the damn sword. Especially since, you know, they show a picture of him using the dragon sword, but he can't use the dragon sword canonically with the bloody arm because, you know, he didn't have access to it. That just bugs me because, like, he can't have the dragon sword there and have the bloody arm. Like, that, like, lore-wise, that doesn't make any sense, but, you know, that's just me being nitpicky. But still, it shouldn't be a pre-order. So, speaking of Ninja Gaiden figures, the next one is Kasumi, who, you know, she appeared in Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge. Her pre-order bonus is the Windmill Shuriken, because I forgot that they gave her the Windmill Shuriken since Hayabusa doesn't have it anymore. So she has it, and you get that for pre-ordering from the Kyoto Revoltech store, which I still think sucks. Like, I don't like that they do these exclusive pre-order bonuses. The only way you can get this is from Hobby Genki. Or at least that's the easiest way. I was able to get the Hayabusa weapon last time for the Blade of the Archfiend, so they're gonna have to go there or find someone else that's selling it, so which I think really sucks. The other thing that sucks is that Kasumi still only has one face, just like the upcoming Ayane that releases in September. Why is it only one face? I'm happy the eyes move so that she's not stuck just looking straight ahead, but like, you can make faces like for these characters, like especially the girls who don't wear masks. Like, I brought this up in the last video from like was it February or January? Like, the Revoltech jury comes with multiple faces. despite having a more realistic art style in Street Fighter 6. DOA 5, 6, and like Ninja Gaiden 3 do have a more realistic art style, but you can still give Kasumi and Ayane like multiple expressions, since they do make different expressions in DOA and in Ninja Gaiden. So I don't get that. As for the suit, I think it looks extremely good, and it does look pretty much the same way it does in Ninja Gaiden 3, but I'm hoping the scarf is removable just so that I can keep it like the DOA 5 look, but judging by how they did the Ayane figure, or at least the pictures of the Ayane figure, where her collarbone seems like a separate piece from her neck area and everything, so I don't know, it's probably going to look weird if you take it off. I'm assuming it's like Hayabusa's scarf, where it's like glued on to the neck area, so I don't know. Okay, but for Kasumi's accessories real quick, I forgot to talk about it. So she comes with 6 pairs of hands, 2 fist hands, 2 grippy hands, a ninjutsu hand, and then I guess another weapon holding hand. And then she comes with the wakizashi, aka her katana or whatever it is. And then she comes with 2 throwing shurikens, and I guess 2 kunais, and I guess 2 like bladed weapons. I think those are just part of the windmill shuriken. Like, she has it on her arm and doesn't really use it, but then the actual windmill shuriken is something that she does throw. It's been a long time since I've used Kasumi in Ninja Gaiden 3, so I don't remember actually. And then you get like an alternate scarf piece, I guess, to make it look like it's flowing. They could have probably just used fabric, to be honest, but whatever. It does look extremely good, but I gotta hold off judgment until the Ayane figure drops, because it's more or less the same in terms of how it's engineered, so there's that. Okay, and then real quick, back to Hayabusa, I like the details in the suit. It's a lot like the way it was in DOA 5 and in Ninja Gaiden 3, where you can see like all these like different like belts and like, plates in the armor and everything, and he has the weird crotch thing, and then he has the kunais on both sides, and then like extra plates of armor on the sides of his legs, while still keeping the shin guards and the gloves relatively similar to Ninja Gaiden 2. And I think the mask is different, but I know the headband thing is different because that's how it was in Ninja Gaiden 3 and DOA 5, but it actually looks different. Like, I don't think that mask is completely reused in the cowl, because it's made out of a different thing. Even the top part of the helmet looks different. So I'm assuming they redid certain things on this figure, like the face and maybe the material they use for the mask and everything, because the mask actually looks different from the Ninja Gaiden 2 version. Which, you know, makes sense because he had a different outfit in both games, but I do think it looks extremely cool. But another nitpick I have is that the shoulder blade thing that they use to have better articulation doesn't look as seamless as it did on the Ninja Gaiden 2 version. But that's just due to the suit design in 3, since he has like a more exposed like shoulders and everything. I do like that the weapons are compatible with the Ninja Gaiden 2 version of the figure. So you can make Hayabusa do all the cool lunar staff and eclipse scythe stuff that I should have been able to do in the first place, but I do like it. And it poses really well, but I'm hoping they address a lot of the issues I had with the original figure. Like the super tight like hip joints. Like, why were the hips so fucking tight and really hard to move? Same with the thigh joints. I felt like I had to fight this thing just to get it to pose. And I hope the wrist pegs aren't super fucking loose like they were before, because the hands came off way too easily, which made the little wrist cuffs like fall off constantly, and I hated that. And also, I hope they fixed the way they did the kunais on his leg that are attached to it, because the problem is that it would always like bend or like curve if you put a little too much pressure like on the leg, and they would constantly fall off for some reason. Like, they were always just falling off, and that's one of my biggest problems with the figure. Shit just keeps falling off of it. Like, even the scarf isn't secure. The scarf just falls off. Like, man, you could have just solved that problem if you just made it like cloth with a wire or something, but no, that's how Revoltech does their stuff. Yeah, but again, like, I don't like the pre-order store exclusive bonuses like the Windmill Shuriken and the Jinran Maru. And it's like, dude, come on, just include it. You make the bonus something that like that I could go without, like not something that I need. Because, you know, Ayane comes with like extra shuriken, which I think looks like, no, that, with an extra kunai. The kunai looks kind of like the one from Ninja Gaiden Black, where she kind of throws it and then it has like tutorial or like in-game advice, so kind of like that, or like from the loading screen. But it's like, man, really, the windmill shuriken? That's like an important item in the game. That's something Kasumi actually uses and Hayabusa used in Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, so it's like, come on. Like, don't do that shit. So I don't know, I think it looks great overall, and just follow the links in the description if you really want to buy it. I still need to release my review for the Ninja Gaiden 2 Hayabusa. That's just taking time because I have so many other things to do. And yeah, it's just I'm a little lazy, so it's just getting delayed like for way longer than it should be, but I hopefully will get it out either this month or beginning of next month, no guarantee. Because I still have to release the Lisbeth Tan version figure review and then the Snail Shell Grossa Zombie Girl. So I'm still working on those, but okay, so I want to talk about one more thing before Ninja Gaiden 4. DOA 6 statues, like I think 1/7 scale statues for Mary Rose and Honoka, but why is it labeled DOA 6? Like, I don't get that. DOA 6 is a dead game and a dead brand. Like, DOA Venus Vacation, the gacha game, and Venus Vacation Prism dating game are the two main Dead or Alive games at the moment. DOA 6 has had no official support since like 2020 because they stopped updating the game because the game, I guess, died off. I already made videos about this, but it's weird. Like, all of a sudden DOA 6 is a relevant like game. Like, yeah, like they probably wear those outfits in DOA Extreme. Like, you could just get them to wear their default outfits like in those games, but wouldn't it be better to label it based off the more active game instead of the old ass like 6-year-old DOA 6? Like, very strange. But I just wanted to talk about that. Okay, so this is a last minute inclusion because I wasn't originally going to talk about this because I didn't even know, but apparently .mu and the people who made Blasphemous in charge of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, the 2D action game based off the NES games, just released a demo like literally the day before, like out of nowhere, for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, and I just kind of want to give my quick impressions of it because it's worth talking about it in its own dedicated video because like it's such a cool game, and I'm really happy that it's what I want it to be from a 2D style Ninja Gaiden game. So, you know, there's that. So real quick, so the game borrows a lot from the NES games, which, you know, is expected. You can run and attack at the same time, which is not something from the original game, because every time you would attack in the original you would just, you know, stop moving. So I thought that was funny. You can jump off of enemies and projectiles, kind of like in the Messenger game, but like it's not ass. And also, fuck the Messenger. It lied to me about being a Ninja Gaiden game and then it ended up being Metroid, so I don't want to fucking hear it. That game's terrible. And then, what was it? You can team up with the Ayane wannabe girl who ends up being a spirit, and then you can throw projectiles. You can like, you throw shurikens, and you also throw like an overhead projectile, which is pretty cool, kind of like the Castlevania axe. And then the level design is pretty neat because you can wall jump, wall climb, bounce off enemies. You get like charge attacks that you can get either from sacrificing health and charging your attack, or by killing specific enemies so that, you know, you can charge your moves and everything, and you get a one-time like heavy slash attack that can kill like enemies that take multiple hits. Let's see. Hayabusa is in the game, which is cool because he's mentoring the new guy and trying to teach him how to be a proper Hayabusa ninja. And the pixel art is super clean. It looks great. The music is amazing. I believe they got the original composers from the NES Ninja Gaiden games to be part of this. So it's like, man, like this game has so much going on that is, you know, paying homage and respect to the original NES trilogy. It's like, please let this game be great, and please don't be Metroid, because it has mission-based, you know, areas like, you know, like a normal platformer, like action platformer. So it's like, okay, I don't think it's Metroid, but this game is shaping up to be really good, and it comes out like a month from now at the time of recording, so hopefully it's like 10 out of 10. The only problem is that the levels are really long compared to like the NES games, but I guess that's just how independent games are. Like they're like more, a little bit more bloated than they're supposed to. It's like the Streets of Rage 4 problem where the levels are a little too long, but like, it didn't take away from the game being good. It was just that it became a drag because the levels are too long. But I just really wanted to talk about Ragebound real quick because I think it's pretty awesome, and yeah. Okay, and now I want to talk about Ninja Gaiden 4, was the last thing. So they had a brand new trailer at the Xbox showcase, and I'm still really excited for this game, and like overall, like at the end of the day, I just want the game to be a great game and to play really well. But, you know, there's a lot of nitpicks I have, and there's certain things that they're doing with the game, both business-wise and in terms of like how they're designing the game, that I'm a little iffy on. And there's also like a developer interview on Xbox's website that I need to talk about real quick, but we'll get to that in a second. So real quick, the trailer, I do like the game. It looks pretty awesome. I like whoever this new waifu character is that is helping Yakumo. I think her name is Sayuri, I think. This lady looks like she's into bondage, because she's wearing some bondage ass shit like underneath her clothes. Like, that is really nice. And also, of course, being a Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo waifu character, she gotta have the big titties. So it's like, man, like they're really keeping some of the trademarks. Like, out of all the things that they can keep in Ninja Gaiden in a Koei Tecmo game, they really emphasize the giant titties, which they need to. But like, damn, that bitch really wearing bondage. Like, she's wearing what was that thing called? Not, oh my god, I forget what the name of the bondage thing is, but she's literally wearing it in between the titties. Like, you can see that. And you can tell it goes underneath the clothes, or at least like some of it is like outside the clothes or inside the clothes, which is really interesting. I want to know what they're doing with this character. Is she going to be playable? But she's nice. I still don't fucking care about Yakumo. Like, his gameplay looks okay. He's doing a lot of cool shit. And it seems like he's able to use weapons that Hayabusa used before, like the lunar staff and some of the other stuff. And then he can combine it with like his transformation thing, or transform the weapons into like a drill or all this other shit. And they showed him using his sword and combining it into like a long sword, which is what he did in the previous trailer. And apparently the story's talking about how the Dark Dragon is being revived and is gonna fucking destroy the world, which, well, that fucking sucks. Yeah, he turns it from like a drill to like a hammer, which looks really cool. And of course there's a lot of spectacle in his gameplay, which I'm not that big on. And I do like the KO screen with like the kill screen on enemies with like the kanji and everything, but like the main thing I give a fuck about is that RYU HAYABUSA is here. Like, holy shit, he's still here. But apparently Koei Tecmo and Platinum are replacing him with the new guy, which the interview basically just straight up says without actually saying it. Because they just said that they designed a new Yakumo to be a new character for new players and for newcomers to the series. Because it's been so long since Ninja Gaiden's been a thing, and I'm like, wait, but didn't you guys make Ninja Gaiden 2 black? Like, isn't that the way you introduce Hayabusa to new players? Like, by just playing his game? It's like, yeah, but now we're gonna replace him with the new guy. It's like, what? Why? Like, I don't know, dude. Like, why would you do that? He also talked about how the game apparently is too hard when they've been talking between Platinum and Team Ninja. It's like, oh yeah, the game's too hard. He's like, you know what? That's exactly what we want to do. And I'm like, hey, that's what I want to hear too. The game is too difficult, right? Like, you gotta make Ninja Gaiden difficult. Ninja Gaiden plus difficulty go hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and fucking jelly. And then he says that, like, he's tired of, like, these Souls games. You know, there's so many Souls games everywhere. Like, it's just become a thing. And then traditional, like, hack and slash action games like DMC, Bayonetta, old school God of War, and Ninja Gaiden have basically become a dying breed. And it's like, man, like, where are the fucking action games at? It's like, and he's like, I'm bringing that shit back, basically. So it's like, I have a lot of high hopes for this game, but, you know, I've been burned before by Ninja Gaiden 3 and Yaiba, and it's like DOA 6, and it's like, look, Team Ninja, I've given you enough chances. I know you're not even really working on the game, it's a Platinum game, but it's like, dude, please get this right. And yeah, Yakumo has more on-screen time potentially than Hayabusa, but please don't kill my boy. Please don't shaft the main character. God, please, I just want this game to be excellent. Like, I've been waiting 13 years for this, okay? Hayabusa's costume still looks really cool, and I am happy that they did show some gameplay of him finally, doing all his shit from like Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3. Like, he's doing the Azuna drop, he's whipping out the wind path, and he jumps off of enemies and throws shuriken in midair, and I'm assuming once he landed he could have charged an ultimate technique right there. And then of course they show him doing some obliterations. There's this one part here where he counters an enemy attack, and then when it happens he teleports around them and then attacks like multiple times, and that reminds me of the cicada surge from Ninja Gaiden 3 and some of the shit you could do in Ninja Gaiden 2, I think with the Falcon's Talons. So it showed him like destroying this one enemy after surviving that attack. And then of course he's using the Fire Nimpo, which is great, and we'll talk about like the other stuff afterwards. And then of course he has the fucking True Dragon Sword ultimate technique that he had from Ninja Gaiden Black, where if you do a 360 motion on the control stick and then throw and then let go of the button, after you charge the UT, Hayabusa will knock the enemy into the air and then just do multiple fucking teleporting flying swallows and then slash the opponent down and fucking murder them. Like, it's the coolest move, and I'm happy it's brought back, but like, man. And then they show like Yakumo fighting like monsters or whatever, and don't really care about any of that stuff. The bosses look interesting, but it's also like, yeah, it's Yakumo, don't care, it's not Hayabusa. Okay, so nitpicks. Why are there so many areas that are just open arenas, like the Ninja Gaiden 3 thing? Like, can we just go back and have like enemies attacking you like in the actual level design when I'm trying to like walk up walls and shit or jump over gaps or something? Because then you could actually use situational awareness to actually beat up enemies in unique ways. There's some of it in the trailer, but not enough, I think. Some of it is way too open-ended. Like way too open. I don't like that. The other one is Yakumo seemingly gets all the fucking weapons and then Hayabusa only gets the dragon sword? Like, bro, give him his weapons. Give me the talons, give me the fucking lunar staff, the eclipse scythe, give me the Enma's fang, give me the fucking tonfa, give me the tonfa. And the flails, like, dude, like, where are all the other weapons he has? Like, did he just forget that? Is this vanilla Ninja Gaiden 3 where he only had the one fucking weapon? Like, come on. Let me see, what's the other thing? I don't like that Hayabusa is being fucking sidelined, because that was basically what the interview confirmed. They said like, oh yeah, we're doing all this cool shit with Yakumo. Yakumo's the new guy. He has these cool blood mechanics and all this stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's really cool, but like, I don't see you guys talking about RYU HAYABUSA. Damn, you guys are really shafting him. And how are you getting shafted in your own game? That's so messed up, dude. Like, I don't like that. Okay, and then we'll see, what's the other thing? And then the pre-order thing, here's why it was a red flag. So it shows the deluxe edition. You can get Hayabusa in the Ninja Gaiden 3 suit with the red arm, which I don't hate, but I don't like that it's called the Legendary Black Falcon when it's the wrong version of it. It should have been the Ninja Gaiden 1 or Ninja Gaiden 2 version of the suit, but okay. And then the traditional blue outfit from Ninja Gaiden NES, which has been in every game, so I'm happy that's there. But why is it like a deluxe edition thing? I don't get that. And then the other thing that bugs me is that they have the Blade of the Archfiend as a skin. Like, why is it a skin? Like, it's not the same. It doesn't function the same as the Dragon Sword, like in lore and everything. Like, that's weird. And then they have 3 costumes for Yakumo. You get 2 in the deluxe version, and then you get a pre-order bonus. You get him a white costume. Don't really care for Yakumo, but I do like that white cyber ninja thing that he's wearing, like at the top. And then it shows different like skins for his weapons. Like, he gets like claw weapons, swords, the double sword thing, and then a hammer and a knife or whatever the fuck that is. And then they confirmed something called ninja coins, which apparently you can use in-game to unlock stuff. I think to learn new moves. And then of course they confirmed elixirs, so that means items have returned. And they said that in the game, Yakumo can go to like specific checkpoints in game, kind of like Muramasa's shop, and I think buy items. I don't know if he can buy upgrades, but he can buy items. And it sounds like they're bringing back essence, because they were talking about blood essence, and there's a item here called essence that you can use like in game. And I believe there's maybe like Nimpo stocks, like in the old Ninja Gaiden games, where you could use it multiple times. And then like a whole bunch of other stuff. But like, okay, that's cool. But man, like, this is really feeling like it's not Ninja Gaiden. Like I said, it was gonna be Metal Gear Ninja Gaiden with Hayabusa like thrown in. Like, can they stop doing that? Stop replacing the main guy. Like, they did this with Devil May Cry, with Nero. They did this with, they tried doing that with Bayonetta 3 with Viola, but nobody likes Viola. And of course, Yakuza did this with Ichiban. Like, they replaced Kiryu, but like, I guess his story had already ended by that point. It's like, dude, stop replacing the character. Stop doing that. So yeah, I was just waiting for the Ninja Gaiden information to drop at the Xbox showcase before I actually made this video, because if I just made a video talking about the pre-orders for the figure, it would be too short, to be honest. And I want to make the video longer. But yeah, there's a lot of fighting, like infighting with the Ninja Gaiden community, because you know everyone wants to fight over what the fuck are they doing with the franchise, what's going on with this and that. But at the end of the day, I just really want all of this. I just want this to lead into a good game, and for it to not be a mess. So that's how I feel at the end of the day. But yeah, that's pretty much it. See ya.